Myron can't stop tap dancing for the people that hate him. That's what we're at today, guys. Let's see what's about. Shout easy.
One of the loser leaders of the outside of being a raging woman hater and one of the loser leaders of the red pill community, Myron Gaines is also one of the best tap dancers I've ever seen in my life. Fred Astaire, Gregory Hines, Savion Glover, and Bill Bojangles Robinson have nothing, and I do mean nothing, on Myron's ability to tap dance when it comes to some sort of racially divisive subject matter that goes on social media. This most recent situation for Chud the Builder, in which he is clearly, and I do mean clearly, wrong. Check out the other videos.
I will be honest, I have not watched anything pertaining to this Chud Builder dude. I've probably seen what clips here on our Instagram about being racist. His racist content, all that. He got arrested for. I'm not exactly sure what he did to get arrested. I seen the academics and Sneeko little debacle, but that's really all I know about the dude. That he's racist and going to jail or something like that.
If you don't believe me, had me thinking to myself, why the hell is Myron always dancing? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way.
Hit the subscribe button, y'all.
Way for the channel and a long way for the community. Now, back into the video. During this whole Chud the Builder situation, there are people who have been blind faith supporting Chud the Builder. It's been for the sake of appealing to a certain audience, but Myron Gaines finds himself to be on that side. Of course he does, obviously. Now, the funniest thing about all of this is the voice of reason, being DJ Academics, invited Myron on the platform because unlike normal times, DJ Academics actually doesn't agree with what Myron is saying.
I think I align with Myron on like most politics, not gonna lie. However, with social issues, I'm not usually that far from him. But this Chud shit was just egregious. Like, you know what I mean? This guy was egregious, bro. All right, let me hear the clip. And I'm pretty sure this clip is gonna be so bad.
And then some other Chinese like, I did that, and they fight and they make rap songs about that and create an entire lucrative career. No, bro, there's only one group of people that does that. We know who the it is. And it's like they don't want to deal with the elephant in the room that nigga. And, you know, going back to what you were saying with the whole academics thing, the problem is that a lot of these Wakanda, right? I call them Wakanda.
See, oh my gosh. This is why I really despise Fresh and Fit. Like, the thing is, you hate being black so much that you insult your own race as if you're not part of it still. What do you want to say? Hey, I'm from Sudan. I'm from this. I'm not Black American. People will still see you as black regardless. So you doing this infighting is not protecting or helping by any means. You just look like a dummy.
It's AKA it's AKA ape.
Like, he's legit saying Wakanda is, that's you. I don't get it, bro. I really don't.
They don't understand that everyone is tired of the bullshit, bro. People are tired of walking around having to worry about getting mugged, having to worry about getting robbed, or having to worry about saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, being called a racist. It's like, bro, get the out of here, man. People say they got black fatigue. I got black exhaustion.
Now, if you listen to that clip, you would probably be asking yourself, Omar, what the hell could he even be talking about? What does this have to do with Chud the Builder? What does this have to do whether it was self-defense or not self-defense? And that's the problem with Myron Gaines and other supporters of Chud the Builder, for what it's worth. It's not about actually talking about him, but it's about galvanizing a lucrative audience for these people. Myron is willing to go to the lengths of throwing a bunch of slurs and nonsensical words out there in defense for a guy who's facing 56 years after shooting himself and another man. Like, we're well
shot himself,
whatever nonsense he's attempting to get off. It's really stupid, but the reason why he does this is because he needs to appease a certain fan base. And even academics can call this out, that this isn't about some white pride or some other nonsense. Chud the Builder chose to attack these people, and Myron is defending it.
If Chud was going up to a bunch of white people and be like, yo, bro, man, I'm white and I'm proud, I'm an American. If that was his thing, nobody would have an issue with him, or at least I would. If he was going around and he was just like linking up with other white people like, man, aren't you so happy to be white in America? Fucking white, we're young, we're proud to be Americans. Nobody would have a problem. The guy picked his shtick to fuck with black people. There's no defending that. And you can't try to flip the argument to be like, well, you know what? There's certain things about the black, black culture that, no. This guy is going out of his way to do that.
Now, later on that,
I'm not gonna lie, I could have got he got some W takes right there. He's 2 for 2 right now. I'm not gonna lie. Well, he's not 2 for 2, but he got 2 good ones. His whole thing with Sneeko, or talk about words don't have meaning. Sneeko, he got cooked with that one. I ain't gonna lie. That was a very foolish argument. The second one is this one right here. Like, literally, like, if you are going out your way to target specific people to get a specific reaction. You're not trying to do it amongst everybody. You clearly have certain intent. You're looking for a specific outcome of you doing what you're doing, right? So it's not fair content in my eyes. Like, when I say fair content, I mean like when somebody do a podcast, like not even podcast, street interviews, right? They're interviewing the people around and the people that are going by. They're not trying to say, hey, I'm going to interview this kind of person, I'm going to expect this kind of reaction. Now, granted, you do have people doing that for clips and whatnot, but anyway, I digress, bro. Let's get back to this video. I'm chatting right now.
Same night, DJ Academics and Myron would be on a phone call together. And this is interesting about Myron and also interesting about DJ Academics in this time. DJ Academics is sunning people. Last week, he sunned Sneeko in his right for free speech conversation, where it actually looked very bad and very embarrassing for Sneeko. And now it seems like it is Myron's turn. When Myron is met with any sort of opposition to his thought process, his logic, or reasoning behind this case, it looks very bad for how he goes about explaining himself. And there's only one way to really understand or interpret why Myron is doing these things.
Are you saying black people can't have accountability, bro? If you say chip out, they're gonna hit you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're perpetuating stereotypes that everybody says, bro.
No,
oh, you're gonna chip out, punch them. Like, bro, this is why people are tired of, bro. I gotta keep it down. This is why people are tired of blacks.
No, but Myron, you don't.
He's saying white people are tired of blacks as if he's white, bro. Like, bro, you sound crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Imagine a world we're saying, hey, you gotta chip out.
Myron, hold on.
What?
Myron, I'm gonna tell you what world that is. The world is every time I watch Sneeko, he's like, everybody hold hands, let's come together, let's pray to Allah, let's enter. And then I looked over Israel, they put his face on a bomb. Okay? So in the real world, I haven't seen Sneeko do nothing to nobody. But they'll put his face on a bomb and drop it on a city. That's way less than some guy saying a word and getting punched in the face. Yes, when you have words, even if it's not violent, other people meet those words. If they feel what you're saying is violent or disrespectful or offensive, they meet that with violence. Okay? It's not black people. I didn't know Israel was putting Sneeko's name on bombs. So when you say that only black
Israel put Sneeko's names on bombs. That's kind of crazy.
black people do that. It looks like other people do it too. I think on Google they put Sneeko's name on a bomb, and Sneeko I've never seen him physically harm anybody that's Jewish. But you know why? He got the rhetoric that they don't like. It's offensive to them. And their response to that offense is not by saying, you know what, we're mature. They're saying, put his name on a bomb and let's go kill some people. That's true.
Myron can't even really put
That's
up a
crazy.
defensible argument in this situation.
Social media really advanced to crazy levels. So I could say crazy levels.
To be contradictory, hyperbolic, and eventually he'll get exposed as being hypocritical in the conversation.
If you get that offended over words, that's very bad, bro. Very bad. If you get
I'm sorry I keep pausing, but this is the same dude that be getting mad on his own podcast and have girls disagree with him. Quick call him whore, slut, all these different crazy insults just because they're not agreeing with him, not catering to what he wants the podcast to go. He's saying get any type of pushback. Get off my podcast, you stupid dumb beat, pop, 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 pop. They're like, come on now. Hypocritical. This is why the whole Red Pill community is going to crap. You have him. You have the, what's the dude name? The dude wrote Rational Mail. Roll Tomasi. It's like you have all these clown men trying to put on this bravado like they're that dude, and they're not. They're all betas that don't know how to even obtain any type of success other than grifting.
offended like that over words, that could put you in jail. That could get you hit with an assault and battery charge, a deadly weapons charge, whatever the it may be. God forbid a manslaughter or murder charge because you can't control yourself. 5 seconds. You couldn't control yourself, now you spending 50 years. You're getting mad at some dude calling someone else a name on the internet. Like, think about that. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a kafir that, murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'd fucking punch them. Call me murtad to my face, I'd fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit that they would never fucking say to me in person. Ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there.
It's okay.
Context too. Not even context. This is the same dude who was scared to fight Preach from the Up and Preach channel. Same dude was not trying to fight when Preach said, yo, let's get in the ring and let's box. Did he not run the fade? Like, did he not run away from the fade? Like, he was ducking crazy.
Okay, so just words are words, and I want to also throw out any reasoning and logic behind the definitions of what self-defense constitutes. He turns it up to the tune of even taking the situation out of context to try to prove a point. This is when I knew Myron was cooked. The claim is that, hey, when you talk about self-defense, it has to be proportionate. Meaning, if you punch somebody, you can't, I don't know, blow them away with a bazooka. But in this situation, because Myron Gaines knows these things and is clearly going to lose this argument, argument, he decides to frame it in a weird way as if this paints a total picture on all self-defense cases. It's really strange.
Self-defense is not utilizing deadly force, right? Like, I think deadly force, like, is defined by all 50 states, but even federally, is like, if someone slaps you, it has to reach. So and this is the important distinction. There's nothing that he could, articulate that says, hey, I am in fear of my life. Someone punching you in the mouth is not in fear of your life. Trust me. I know you walk around with a gun, I walk around with a gun. There's a lot of Americans that walk around using and establishing their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Whether it's concealed or not, usually everybody's in the know of saying or understanding that it's not the first thing you use towards any type of violent or threatening altercation. If someone says, I'm gonna slap you, you can't shoot them and get away with it. If someone like bumps hard into you and you feel that was, like a act of aggression, you can't execute them. So someone punching this guy in the face, I think he had a severe misunderstanding for a while, thinking that if you touch him, he was well within his right to shoot you.
Then I asked you, well, what if it was a 5'1" woman and this dude punched her?
It'd be a better case.
Just punch you again?
Be a better
right?
case.
It'd be a better case, right? Perfect. What you just did there was you.
Wait, my bad. Run that back.
Put one woman and this dude punched her.
It'd be a better case.
Just punch you again?
Be a better
right?
case.
It'd be a better case, right?
5'1" and punched her. It would be a better case.
Right? Perfect.
I run that back one more time. Hold up. What?
Well, what if it was a 5'1" woman and this dude punched her?
It'd be a better
5'1" and this dude punched her. Okay, so this dude punching a girl that's 5'1". Yeah. At that point, you are a threat. Like, if two men approach you, that's a lethal threat. That's a threat right there. That your life could be over. Real talk. If you're a woman 5'1" and a man of this stature, yeah, of course.
Just punch you again?
Be a better
right?
case.
It'd be a better case, right? Perfect. What you just did there was you basically made it, for the girl, the force is reasonable. But for Chud, I don't think so. And this is why self-defense is so important. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what anyone thinks. The only thing that matters is the person that used the force and what was going on at their mind at the time of the act when they pulled the trigger or decided to use deadly force. And it's very important to know also, and I went into detail with this with a self-defense lawyer, one of the best lawyers in the country, and he also agrees with me on this. When it comes to self-defense and using deadly force, within milliseconds, that decision can be made.
Are we serious right now?
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If people really operated like this man Myron, I ain't gonna lie, it'd probably be way worse off than we currently are right now. And that's not to say we're in good standing within like civilization in this country, like everybody being civil to one another. But boy, oh boy, we'd be worse than we're at right now.
A 5'1" white woman? Is that what we need to do in order to make our points be hyperbolic? Like that is so stupid. Like the whole point of having like a jury of your peers is so they can use their logic and reasoning and their that was just a weak argument. And I hope that Chud's lawyer is a much better defender of his case than Myron Gaines. It's not just me that thinks he's stupid. Comment sections on pretty much all of these videos are agreeing that Myron's stupid. He moves the goalpost all the time, and for whatever reason, he keeps tap dancing for a certain demographic of people. This wouldn't be the first time, nor will it be the last time that Myron will be shining up his shoes and dusting off his clickety-clacks for a group of individuals who, for the most part, do not like him. And for whatever reason, it seems as though Myron goes out of his way to find these places, spaces, and subject matters in order to impress white people. And more specifically, I don't want it to be just like painted as white people, but white people who specifically have issues with black people. I remember one time he was on a Twitter space where the title was Klan Meeting, and he literally got on stage to start attacking other black people. Unprovoked, by the way.
Oh, no, we ain't going no fucking well.
Here comes the watermelon warrior.
Listen, dude, I did time.
Oh, of course.
I'll come.
Of course you did time, you watermelon warrior. Prove all the stereotypes right, immediately escalating to violence.
Don't read him nothing, HT. Tell that fucking go find it himself.
Well,
Yes, sir. Listen, let's just stick with the Americans for now.
And then we got this fucking
The
British
naturalization
guy
act.
here. Like, bro, you're with the standard guy. Yo, you're British, right?
Bro,
You don't know your fucking. You don't know your. You don't know your fucking.
Hold on. Hey, Myron, you're in a hostile
And I'm not
area,
scared
bro.
to have conversation with you guys because I'm not a pussy.
Okay,
So
well,
you're gonna have to either kick
you're not
me
gonna
out
have
or whatever.
You're not gonna have a conversation with him. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
well, this dude's a so whatever. Fucking British guy. Like, dude, I know you're mad about
Mate,
1776.
black men are like most likely to fuck
retard.
other black men. You
Hey,
fucking
look,
black cunt.
Kick this.
I'm sorry, sir. It's a fucking white space. We know that.
I know.
They're the fucking rules. No.
The spaces are literally titled Whites Only, for Pete's sake. Why does Myron feel as though, whites only, I need to get in on this? It's totally beyond me. It's really weird behavior from somebody who is supposed to be
That's really comes from somebody who really genuinely hates themselves, hates their whole identity. Yo, real life Uncle Ruckus. If y'all didn't watch Boondocks, get into and watch that. He's a real life Uncle Ruckus.
a content creator proclaiming that he's helping a community. What's helping a community by going into whites-only spaces, tap dancing for these people, and ragging on people and throwing slurs at people? That just doesn't make sense to me. Myron isn't even adding some sort of nuance or having real deal discourse anymore at this point. He's just finding places and spaces where white people are being overtly racist towards black people and championing them, even inviting them to his platform and his stage. It was a situation where he went to a college campus, I think it was the University of South Carolina, doing one of his Charlie Kirk imitations where he invites people to have conversation with him. And when one frustrated white student got on stage and started spewing racist rhetoric and nasty rhetoric, Myron didn't even try or attempt to fake like he was about to introduce some sort of middle ground or maybe some sort of context or invite the conversation.
And he exchanged at the end of the event at the University of South Carolina. Gaines said, "We need to address black culture in a conversation about crime." One attendee who previously expressed admiration for white nationalists, Fuentes, who pushed back. He questioned whether crime was the result of black culture, as Gaines suggested, or is just a race thing. Despite being a person of color himself, Gaines agreed and joked around blacks never relax. So he's just the exception, right? Right. It's funny. He's a superior black person
in a good faith-based way. He went straight to the racism to the tune of throwing himself under the bus by throwing black people underneath the bus. Around blacks never relax. The self-hate at that point is just on another level. I remember one time Myron Gaines took an ancestry test and found out that he was 95% black. Shocker. But the way that he acted on stream, you would believe that this was some sort of news to him. You would have thought that he had been told that he had reverse vitiligo all his life and he's just now finding out that he's black. It was the stupidest thing in the world, but really shows how disgusting Myron Gaines actually is.
If you don't put it, Myron, find it.
That's bro, what do you mean? That's your DNA too.
What the fuck? We're sub-Saharan? Fuck. That means
what do you mean fuck, bro? What is this? That's I said fuck. How do you say fuck to your own DNA?
Here it is.
Yo, thank you, bro.
Test results. Can you hear my heart beating? Oh, the white man science is amazing, ain't it? Oh, no. This can't be. It says I'm 102% African with a 2% margin of error.
Oh.
Why, Lord? Why, Lord? Why?
The reason why I believe that Myron has went down this path of self-hatred and self-destruction is because he knows that it can be lucrative. He knows that if you target a demographic of people in this world who feel alienated, who feel isolated, who feel like their jobs are being taken, their freedoms are being taken, their liberties are being taken, that he can be fruitful and, benefit from them financially. Now, after doing it for a few years, I do think that bits of it are internalized, but the biggest problem with all this is you've said so much over the past couple of years that you probably can't even track when a bullshitter is bullshitting. We can. The internet always has receipts. I touched on it a little bit earlier. Myron Gaines has been hypocritical about this situation this whole time. His whole words...
No, if you constantly tell nothing but the truth, you never get caught up in the lie. But when you're a grifter, you say things to cater to whatever audience you're trying to, you feel me, cater to. Yeah, what the heck? So the second you switch your tune, you can't cover and retract everything you just said. You don't know what you said because you're so entangled with everything. So you try to defend something, boop, this video pops up. Boop, this video pops up. Like, you're getting caught up in everything you say.
His words defense that he uses for Chud the Builder saying that black people shouldn't be offended by the N-word is something that he's said over the past couple of years. He's kind of like hung on to the point that words are just words. People should be able to say in this, monkey that, all types of things that are racial epithets and slurs. And I will say I have seen him, extend that same sort of sentiment to other races, religions, groups of people, or whatever the case may be. So he's not a one-trick pony in that regard, except for the fact that he's a hypocrite, because when it comes to him, he doesn't hold those same sentiments.
Talking about haram this, haram that, you're for that, murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit that they would never fucking say to me in person, because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there.
It really wouldn't be, though. Legally, it would not be.
You guys watch Chud the Builder and you start to get mad, you really need to reevaluate your life. You really need to reevaluate your life, your priorities, controlling your anger, controlling your emotions, because that's something that can really bite you in the ass later. If you get that offended over words...
I just come to agree, like, from across the river.
Bro, I don't know you, man. I don't know you. It's all good, bro. Just bounce. I don't know you, bro. Just bounce, bro. I don't know you. I don't know you, bro, but...
Come back over here. Come back over here.
You coming back? Come back. Come back. I'll fuck you up right now. What's good? What's good? Chill, bro. Chill.
Yeah, when I tell you
Yo.
his grift is exposed,
Oh,
his
brother.
grift is exposed. It's clear as day to me, at least, that Myron Gaines is a
Definitely
CIA
emotional
operative
dude.
planning to like get the black community and other communities riled up with his hypocrisy and tap dancing on the internet. It's funny
Literally,
because
bro.
if you Google it,
Former special agent for Homeland Security. Yeah, I knew all this. 'Cause I remember he always brought up in podcasts like, wow, he makes more money than third through the podcast than he did when he was working a federal agent. Honestly, this would be some really diabolical ish right here if he legit doesn't really mean the stuff he does, but he's doing this for a bigger picture to support whoever behind the curtains. You know what I'm saying? I won't put it past him either. I would. Cause it's hard for me to believe somebody being black sees struggles of other black people and just go ahead and think, oh, nah, they're tripping, they're bugging. Everything they ever said is complete lies. I can say you don't believe everything. You don't cater to all the victim stuff. You know, some people may cater into and play into, right? But to go across the board, be like, yeah, I'm not black. Well, act as if you're not black. Insult black people. Act as if you're white. Be mad when you find you are black. It's like you got something really. You feel me? Not all your brain capacities are working properly. That's all I'm gonna say.
and look it up, he's actually a federal agent. Hell, you don't even really have to Google it or look it up. Myron Gaines talks about it quite frequently on his YouTube channels. Hell, he even started a whole separate YouTube channel where he even takes things more serious about cases and looking at it from his federal agent lens. But the problem is that he figured out it was more lucrative to rage bait and get people upset on the internet about different things, to the tune of him not being able to, you know, stop that rhetoric or hide that side of himself, or, you know, maybe just don't take that content creation path in a situation in which he was forced to choose between the CIA or his federal agent job and being a content creator.
So when you work for the feds, you have to do something called outside approval to get outside employment, because they got to make sure you don't do a conflict of interest or whatever. You can't work at a defense law firm if you're a criminal investigator, right? So they got to make sure they clear it. And then I moved to Miami, started up the podcast, and they brought me in and they're like, hey, you know, you're saying controversial stuff on the internet. You got to pick one. And then, you know, I ended up going the entrepreneur route. As YouTube started to take off, that's kind of when I had to make my decision of what I'm going to do. At the time, working for the government, I was making about $120,000 to $130,000 per year. So when I left the government, I was like, damn, I'm losing out on a six-figure career. What am I going to do here? I need to replace it with real estate, which actually I watched your video, how to buy real estate step by step.
Oh my
Which that helped quite a bit.
Legendary.
Yeah. Pulled that money out of my TSP and bought that first property. And yeah, ended up working out.
He literally gave up a good job where he could be quote unquote productive to society, to rage bait women, rage bait men, rage bait black people, say misogynist, homophobic, racist things on the internet, and tap dance for a group of people that don't like him, think that he is still black. Like at the end of the day, like he's still black. I know the revitiligo cream isn't working like he thought it would be. Myron Gaines is a loser, and it's clear as day. But boy, oh boy, does he know how to tap dance for some white folks. Gregory Hines, put your shoes up, gang. Put your shoes up.
So, what I really want to say is valid video, right? I generally do think when it comes to people like that is, you feel me, and wants to cater to that kind of audience and whatnot, and it's really comes from a place of either hating themselves, want to be somebody else, and they really that one of those two things, or they really just trying to grift and just cater to an audience just so that they can make money, like you were saying, right? My whole thing with Myron Gaines is not even Myron only, but like a lot of content creators that act in this kind of fashion don't gotta be race oriented. It could be just catering things that's not necessarily what they probably inherently believe, right? It's like what's real will prosper, what's fake will never, right? So even if you're making money from it, like we seen this with Sneak already on YouTube, right? He was doing this rage bait content, whatnot. Oh, women this, women super, da da da. He making money, right? I remember he making money to stand third, right? YouTube strike. Channel got canceled. It was short-term success because it was really based in truth. It wasn't based in reality, right? It was something true that he probably really believed in. It probably went further. Whatever he's doing now, if that's what he genuinely believes in, I ain't gonna lie, it's probably not gonna be long-lasting. A lot of stuff is not long-lasting, bro. Like when you do content like this, the rage baity content, the content that's not really based in just truth, bro. It's and honestly, now I say that, bro, it's kind of ironic too when it comes to Nico. That his whole thing was like, seek truth through funny, and a lot of his content is just straight grifting. But I digress. Because we had nothing to do with Sneeko. It was all about this dude Myron Gaines. But once again, everybody in that circle was cooked, in my opinion. From Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, Nick Fuentes, Clav, all of them, bro. They're all goofies. But on that note, hope you guys appreciate the video. All right. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope I'm getting better at commentating. Hope I'm not yapping too much. But yeah, peace.